Everybody, and I mean everybody, has had that feeling before, right? When you went to the gym a solid 2 months, because most of y'all don't even keep this shit up for like a year. You went to the gym for a solid month, and then all of a sudden, motivation just vanishes, right? The first day you walked in, you was like so excited to go to the gym every single day, basically. You were so excited to lift new weights, do new exercises, feel new muscles grow, change physically and mentally, and then all of a sudden, progress stagnates. You don't know what to do. You're not motivated no more. You don't even want to go to the gym. You don't even see it as something fun no more. Let me explain to you why that is and how to actually fix it. And I know that a lot of you are struggling with motivation, but let's talk about motivation first a little bit, okay? Especially when it comes to the gym. The gym is something that you need to do frequently. You cannot get no results by doing it 1 time a year, 2 times a month, once a week. You can. But bro, that once a week workout gotta be full intensity. And I know you're not doing that, okay? So let's be real with each other. Gym gotta be hit frequently in order to see real results. So let's talk about motivation in that perspective, right? When you go to the gym for a solid 4 to 5 days a week, like I do, 4 to 6 days a week, even though you do not always want to go, you still go. That is not motivation. That is discipline, right? Discipline is something that you hate to do, but you do it anyways because you want to reach a certain goal. You want to go to your desired destination, whatever it may be for you. Every time you feel this unmotivated feeling in your head to where you think, I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. This is tiring, right? I don't want to do this no more. I'd rather do this and this and this, X, Y, Z. Most of the time, something that's pleasurable. I want to make sure that you have the mindset of somebody who thinks like this. And I'm about to explain it right now. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. As soon as you get motivation inside your body, do not, and I'm saying, do not rely on it. Because motivation is here this day and then gone the other day. You cannot do anything about it. This is what motivation is. Nobody has ever remained 100% motivated throughout their whole journey to reach whatever type of goal they want to reach. Nobody, okay? Nobody. So let me just get that inside your head. Discipline is what you should chase. It's what you should want to master. Motivation, you should not master it. But let me talk about how nice it would actually be for you to do certain tasks and do certain things that you actually don't really want to do. But all of a sudden, you do want to do them. Motivation is sparked in you. Let's say you hate the gym right now. How nice would it be if you would go to the gym every single day for 5 days a week and you would actually enjoy it? You would want to go to the gym. You would love it. You would love to go to your job, or you would love to exercise. You would love to complete certain tasks. How lovely would that be? Well, let me tell you how you can actually hack this inside of you, right? And this is not something guaranteed that will work, but I do this myself. And let me tell you, for me, it fucking works. And for you, it's probably going to do the exact same thing, okay? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about dopamine, right? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, okay? Basically a chemical messenger in the brain. One of the crucial functions of dopamine is reward and pleasure. So it's basically associated with the reward system inside your brain. That's what dopamine is. So let's say you have an addiction for something. Let's say you have an addiction for smoking. If you want to smoke this current time, let's say you want to smoke right now, that sparks a lot of dopamine in you because you want to reach a certain goal. That is not discipline. That is basically just wanting to do something really, really bad. And going towards it releases dopamine. It's going to get your dopamine skyrocketed. The reason why is because you want to pursue something really, really bad. Eventually getting there, or getting that cigarette and smoking it, or that joint, whatever you do, it's not going to spark that much dopamine. Most of the time, the dopamine is not even going to skyrocket that high if you get what you want. Most of the time, it's the chase towards what you want. Dopamine is also motivation. So listen. Let's talk about motivation and discipline. These two things are very important about what we're going to talk about today. It helps drive goal-orientated behavior. So basically encouraging yourself to do actions that lead to a certain type of reward. And that's with everything. That's with working out for certain people. That's smoking for certain people. Bad habits for certain people. It could be the P word. It could be whatever type of shit you're addicted to. I don't know your life. I don't know you. But you could be addicted to whatever you're addicted to. I know you have some type of things in your life right now that are very pleasurable for you to chase. You would like to actually get off of them, but the dopamine is so high every time you want to chase it, you do it anyways. That's addiction. It's a motivation to do something. So pleasure is something that we need to look out for in our lives. Now, why is this? A lot of the times, this is what you need to ask yourself. A lot of the times, if we are unmotivated and we don't want to do certain things that are good for us that we actually do need to do, such as grabbing your laptop and getting your work done, or getting your task done, cleaning your room, going to work, going to the gym, eating healthy food. We don't want to do these things, but we need to do them anyways. Now, why is the motivation low for those activities? The question you need to ask yourself, how much pleasure have you experienced for, let's say, the last month or two? The answer is most likely the same with all of you. You have been experiencing, most likely, a lot of pleasure within the previous 1 or 2 months. Now, why is pleasure so important to avoid most of the time if you want to spark motivation? This is why. Dopamine works in a way where when you chase something very pleasurable, or you want to do something very addictive for you, and it's most likely a bad thing, it sparks dopamine in you, right? But after you are done with that certain activity, let's say you watch porn, right? And you have just gotten done with watching that. What happens after with the dopamine? First off, the dopamine skyrockets, but after that, it goes down to where it was. But it doesn't go down to where it was. It goes even lower, right? It goes below the baseline. Now, what happens after that? It's not going to go up no more, okay? It's not going to go up no more. The thing that you need to realize, every single action that you take when it comes to bad habits, things that you really want to do but shouldn't do, dopamine is very high at the moment when you chase it and do it. But after you're done with it, it's a very short-term dopamine. So the dopamine goes all the way down to a very low level below where it started. And it's not going to go up again. And as soon as you chase more pleasure and more pleasure and more pleasure, it's only going to keep on going down. There's this very good animation. I don't know if I can find it, but it's this very good animation of this chicken or whatever it is. And he's trying to chase drugs, right? He's trying to chase drugs to find pleasure. But after the pleasure is over, dopamine goes down a little bit further every single time he got done doing that act. Every single time it goes a little bit lower. It goes a little bit lower. It goes a little bit lower, to the point where he is totally depleted and drained from chasing dopamine. This is something that you're most likely experiencing if you're very unmotivated to do anything. What if we would flip the script? What if we would actually do the opposite thing by chasing something very, very difficult and doing something difficult voluntarily, saying to yourself, let me go step into that cold shower at 5 a.m. in the morning, even though I'm free and I don't need to do anything. I don't technically need to wake up early, but let me just do it anyways because it's difficult. The chase towards that difficult thing is very difficult. What happens during that time? Dopamine goes down drastically, right? Because you don't want to do this. So you're doing something that you absolutely do not want to do. Dopamine is low. What happens after you complete that task or complete that activity that is very difficult for your mind and your physical? Dopamine skyrockets. What does it mean when dopamine skyrockets? That means you're motivated. So to anyone at home, listen very closely. Do more hard activities. Make the activities that you do on a daily basis as difficult as possible. For example, yesterday, I was with my girl the entire day. We was just basically studying. We was basically studying the whole day. And it was studying that wasn't like that bad to do. Like, I kind of enjoyed it. Like, I didn't really mind it, right? But what did I do after? I said to myself, I still need to work out. The most comfortable thing for me to do at that moment is to just go to the gym, do a short workout, and then come home. It was like late as hell. It was like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I was ready to basically like kind of settle for bed, kind of chill, do some extra work, and just be comfortable. But what did I do instead? My girl also told me this. Are you still going to train? And in my mind, I was like, I don't really want to, so I think I'm going to skip it. Like, that was my mindset. Like, that inner bitch was talking to me. But what do? I chose the most difficult route possible. I chose to work out outside in the cold, doing 775 reps, doing 20 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, 20 dips, all the way down to 1. I did a full workout because I still needed to train. That's what I did in the evening. It was cold as hell outside. It was like 1 degree Celsius, bro. It was like almost freezing outside. The pull-up bar was cold as hell. The ground was cold as hell. I couldn't even do push-ups. I had to take off my tank top, lay it on the ground, and do push-ups on my tank top because my hands were just too cold, right? I didn't even feel them. Going outside and actually doing that workout, my dopamine was very low. I wasn't motivated to do that. I didn't want to actually go outside and train, but the reason why I did it anyways is because I knew that motivation would spark afterwards, and it would last longer than if you would chase a pleasurable act that would result in dopamine fully crashing. When you experience a dopamine crash, so chasing something pleasurable, chasing smoking, chasing drugs, and then dopamine crashes all the way below the baseline, you're so unmotivated that it's almost going to make you depressed. And this is low-key almost the reason why I think that most people are so damn weak today. I think only like 4% of the whole world actively go to the gym at least 3 times or 4 times a week. 4% of the whole world. So most people choose comfort. Most people choose a life where they can experience as much comfort as possible, which results into way more cases of depression. The suicide rate is gonna go up. Everybody feeling sad. That's why every young person right now on earth who chooses to live a very comfortable life, most of the time always say they're depressed. So what is the solution to this? Chase things that are difficult to do. As soon as you do that, you will start to experience dopamine skyrocketing. When that happens, you got your motivation back. And now, of course, let me tell you, motivation is not everything. Like, you do not want to rely on motivation. You want to rely on discipline. But if you master this as well, how nice would it be? All your tasks that you do not really want to do, all of a sudden, you do want to do them. And you feel like you actually feel motivated to do it. It's very important that you choose difficult routes 24/7 every day. If you do not want to train, go ahead and train, because the reward afterwards is higher. Absolutely insane. It may feel like you're doing something useless with your life. Bro, me training outside in a cold ass weather, I don't want to do that. But the reward after is so high that it's always going to be worth it. For example, right now, I'm so motivated to record this video. It's because I just trained like 2 hours before this. I trained weighted dips, doing pull-ups, doing arm training, doing all types of shit. The reason why I was motivated right now to record, I intentionally increased my dopamine by doing something I didn't really want to do before. When you do that, when you make difficult choices every single day, your dopamine is going to keep going up and motivation is going to stay alive. And of course, you're going to have days where you're not motivated. I cannot guarantee you being motivated 24/7 of the year. You cannot do that. That's impossible. You want to start setting clear and very specific goals in the gym to actually want to work towards them, right? If you go to the gym and you have no reason to actually be in the gym, listen, you have all the reasons to be in the gym. Listen, you don't even know half of them. But if you create them yourself, if you say to yourself, I want to go to the gym because my whole family is fat as hell, in my opinion, is enough motivation to go. That will spark motivation in me. You want to set goals that are very specific. I want to first off lose 20 kg, or I want to gain 20 kilos. I want to start doing 225 on the bench press, doing 5 sets of 10 reps. That's my ultimate goal. Or doing a 225-pound dip or some shit, right? Just make something up that is very specific and very orientated to spark motivation in you. That's a very good tip. That's what you want to do. Every single day, you want to make these goals. What am I going to do in the gym today? And what is the goal? So that you just don't go in there basically brain dead. So you may ask, how do I actually set these goals? Because I can say, yeah, I want to do this and this and this. I want to do a 225-pound dip. I want to do 100 push-ups in a set. Yeah, that's a very specific goal. But how do I actually set goals? You want to set goals with a SMART framework. I actually work at a sales job where they use this framework as well. SMART framework stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. When it comes to the specific part, specific basically meaning, what do you exactly want to achieve or reach? Is it 100 push-ups in a set? Okay, 100 push-ups in a set, but why? And how are you going to do those push-ups? Clean form, half range, is it going to be weighted on your back, body weight, diamond push-ups, normal push-ups? Be very specific about your goals. Then, is it measurable? Are you going to be able to track your progress along the way? Are you going to be able to actually say to yourself, I made progress. I did 100 push-ups in a set now. The next week, I did 110 by pure fucking willpower, bro. That's actual measurable success and progress. Third, is it achievable? If you're able to do 10 push-ups right now, and next week you want to be able to do 100 in a set, that's not achievable, my guy. You gotta set realistic goals to actually want to achieve them. If I say right now, I want to be able to do 1,000 push-ups in one set while I can do like 100 in a set, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I gotta train for it, okay? So they gotta be achievable for you to actually go pursue them. Then, are they relevant? Are they actually gonna help you in whatever your goals are? Some people have goals of running a marathon, but then they only go to the gym to train muscle mass. Listen, if you want to increase your muscle mass, you're doing good. But you're not training right now to run a marathon. You want to go actually train for that marathon. Muscle mass training and trying to train like a bodybuilder is not relevant for you. You need to train like a guy who runs marathons. That is relevant. So coming back to the push-up argument, train your push-ups. Do weighted push-ups. Do your weighted dips. Hit the bench press. Do different variations. Progress every single week. That is actually how you're going to be getting those 100 push-ups in a set done. That's relevant training. Training relevant for your goals. Then, time bound. Is this something that you can achieve in a good amount of time? Is it something that is like insane long term? Like this is something that you're going to be achieving? Change it, bro. Listen, you want to make long-term goals, of course, but you want to make short-term goals that you actually can cross off every single couple of weeks or so. Time bound basically says, I want to achieve this and this and this in this time. You want to set a time and a date for yourself. Make it long term, but also don't make it too long term, because listen, of course I have goals for the next 40, 45, 50 years, but I'm not really focused on that right now. I'm focused on the short-term goals, crossing those off every single day, every single month, and those will actually lead me towards that long-term goal. So you have a long-term goal and you have short-term goals in between. And those are the goals that you want to cross off weekly, monthly, however long it is. So that's basically setting goals with the SMART framework. You want to always use SMART when it comes to setting goals. And when it comes to sparking this motivation, the thing that you also want to do is make your routine, the workout that you're doing, hard. Make it hard as heck, that you're kind of questioning, am I going to complete this or not? Is this possible for me? That's how hard you want to make it, but you still want to make it achievable. Talking about the SMART framework, you still want to make it achievable, but it got to be so hard that you're questioning if you're actually going to do it. If there's something that you can achieve today and that is your goal, listen, we already know you can achieve it. That's not a goal. That's not something, that's not a training that you should strive for. We know that you can achieve one push-up in a set. That shouldn't be your goal, your training. You should make your training hard as hell and then work towards that. Every single day is an opportunity to get better. And if you actually want to get serious about this discipline stuff, first get the discipline down part and then start focusing on, hey, can I actually make these activities more fun or activities more enjoyable by sparking motivation a little bit more often? Use these previous tips, because these are genuinely going to help you. Save this video for the next time and also share it with a friend, because the reason why I actually shared this video is for all of you, bro. It's not for me. I don't share this video for me. I share this for you so that you can actually start getting more motivated in the gym or doing whatever type of tasks you still need to complete. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.